Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm doing the LeetCode problem, number of islands. This is a medium problem. You can pause and read the question if you want, or you can just watch me explain the problem to you. So this is like a 2D array, okay? An array within an array, so it's a 2D. And what we're supposed to do is we're going to actually calculate number of islands in this array. So we have to see um, the number of ones that stand alone. So for example, in this, there's just one, right? If you take a look at it, this whole thing is just one. So the output would be one because the number of islands here is just one. Over here, there's four here. Like this is one island. This alone is one island, and this alone is one island. You don't calculate diagonals because it's impossible to go diagonally in an array, but if you did go diagonally, then this whole thing would be an island. But that's not the point here. You don't go diagonally, you just go horizontally and vertically. So the output would be 3, right? So this is the thing. I've just given my own example. um, I'm I'm having just one island here, as you can see, this whole thing. So I'm just gonna circle it so you can understand. So this whole thing is an island. Yes, because you don't take this as vertical, it's horizontally. Oh shit. Okay, wait. Hold on. I'll just fix this quickly. I was planning to take just one, so I'm gonna give one here just for the sake of the solution. But if I had 0 here, then this would be a different island. Because you can't horizontally connect it, obviously. Um, so this, anything related to like, you know, looking for something horizontally and vertically, you go for like a BFS. BFS is breadth first search. So you go horizontally, you check, and then you go vertically and you check. So once you find, um, you're just going to be changing it to 0. So what you do, you start from here and then you check horizontally and then you change it to 0. Then you go down. So in the first loop you go down, then you check again and change it to 0. Over here, you would have started in this loop like this, and then you would have arrived to this area, then you would have gone down and checked. So it's basically just converting all the ones to zeros. It's a bit confusing when I'm explaining, but once you look at the solution, you'll understand. Let's start. So simple, you start with a variable. You're going to give that variable name as count or whatever you wish. I'm going to give this as count and I'm going to initialize it to 0. And you're going to loop through the grid basically. So since you've passed the grid, you're going to go through the length of it. You're going to have 2 loops because it's a 2D array. Here, since a 2D array, you need to do this thing. You're going to do this thing where it's like grid of I dot length. Okay. So inside here, it's very simple, okay? Because what do we have to do? We have to just check if the first, whatever we are encountering, is it 1? So how do we do that? If grid of I j equal to 0, I mean 1. So if it's an island, you have to increment the counter, and then you need to call a function. So I'm gonna name it call BFS. Okay, and then I'm gonna pass all these variables. So I'm going to pass the grid, I'm going to pass all the locations. Then once you're done, um, you can pretty much like return the count value. So it's simple. You're not finished the problem yet because we need to define this. But once you understand this, it's pretty much done. The problem is done. So here we're going to define the function. So I'm gonna make this public void call bfs int. Sorry, it's not int, it's char. Um, grid. Actually, I'm just gonna copy the whole thing. Okay, anyways, it's fine. Int I, int j. Okay. Okay. Here, what you need to do is you're going to check certain things before you execute the function. So first you're going to check if I is less than 0. Okay, these are like initializing conditions, like initial conditions that you check for a breadth-first search. You check, you can do this like in multiple ways, but I found this to be very easy. So first you check if I is less than 0, then you check if grid of grid dot length is less than I. Um, you can also give less than equal to, it's better. Or you can give j is less than 0, or j is j is greater than equal to grid of I. Give grid of, you need to give grid of I, okay? Just don't give grid because you're checking j. Then I also want to check this grid of I j equal to 0, just in case like we did something wrong. You're just going to pass this. If it's that, then you need to return, like you don't need to do anything. It's like initial checks. If it's not a problem, then you don't need to. Then you need to go and you need to change grid of I and j equal to 0. So you need to give it as 0. So here I change everything to 0. So do that. And then now you're just going to do this recursively, okay? I'm going to copy paste it. Just a second. It's very simple when you think about it. Okay, I'm just going to copy this real quick and I'm going to explain. So you're going to recursively call this 4 times. You're going to make a little bit of modifications here. Why I'm doing this is because you're going to check I minus I plus I, sorry, plus j and minus j, okay? If it's minus j, it won't go through this loop, it'll just return. But if it's plus in this case, like in this index value, it'll go, right? So this is what breadth first search is. And this is pretty much it. Let me just run the code. Okay, I just made an error here, sorry. Okay, it works. Just gonna submit it. Yeah, okay. So this is how you solve the problem. Hope this made sense. You can look through the code if you want for reference. Thank you.